and welcome to my YouTube channel Animals and Pets with Partha. Today I'm going to explain, because from the days when I came into the dog game in the early 70s, at that time pedigree dogs were a rarity. It was a rare commodity, and it was difficult. You would have to look up the livestock column of the Statesman to find out when certain breeders were going to advertise and what sort of pedigree. It was something which was considered very, very unique, and this breeding of dogs was sort of only experts were involved in doing it. Well, but now the scenario has changed. With times, it's bound to change, because when people found that there were, they could make money from breeding dogs, so more and more people jumped into this. And today, from kennels, now the dog breeding has gone into the stage where it's farmed. So all across the country, when you talk to people, they tell you that, we are just going to be constructing a farm, or we have a farm. I know people who have large farms of dogs and they're breeding. And of course, it's just for the knowledge sake, because I have nothing to do with breeding of dogs anymore. I used to breed many, many years ago, and because in those days I was used to the system where whenever I planned the breeding and I advertised, or there was no social media or for Facebook, you put it on and the world knows it, because it was only advertised through sort of word of mouth, or maybe the Gazette or something like that. But then people came to know, and people actually they would wait for the litter to arrive. And even before the litter arrived, they would want to make a booking by paying a token advance. So, so that they don't miss out when the litter comes. Of course, in a litter there can be any number of puppies. There can be 4, 5, 6. So that if you want a male, they may all be females. But even then, people were, there were times when I had a whole litter of females, somebody wanted a male. So he waited for the next litter, which would come in the next year or so. So, those were days, and they're gone now. Now, of course, nobody has the time to wait. They want a dog, they want it instantly, they want it now, and they want it at once. So what they do is, they go onto the internet, they just log on and find out who is selling what, and then just they buy it. Now comes, with this, of course, with the easy access to dogs at, any breed of dog. You go into your system, computer, mobile, you could buy any dog from anywhere in the world, and they would be there, as scheduled. They would be transported, they would be flown from place to place, and they would arrive in India and your doorstep. So there are people who are already catering to it. Only you need to pay the money. Then now there's dog shows. Well, dog shows were in those days were difficult to win. There were judges, only British judges, who would come, and you couldn't manage them, you couldn't influence them. They went by the rule, they went by the book, because the British taught dogs to the world. I at least believe that. And of course later on, now everybody is teaching everyone. Well, if you open the internet, and everybody if you know dogs or don't know dogs, doesn't matter. You can start teaching, and then you prove that you are already a teacher, not you're a student. So things have changed. If you talk to somebody today, well, I've been involved in a dog game in India for the last 50 years. If I talk to a newcomer in the dog game, which I think is a newcomer, he would say, well, I know if you are. I said, are you a dog trainer? He advertises as dog trainer. I said, nowadays I don't train dogs, only my students train dogs. So it's a grade higher, everybody knows. So there's very few people who do not know, like me, who are always trying to learn. We will never stop learning, I'm sure, because from the day I came to the dog game, I knew it was such a vast universe, or such a vast subject, that I thought it was worthwhile, because all my life I would keep on trying to learn and learn and learn, and try to go up the ladder, and then you slip down and you go up and all that. So it's always you are striving for knowledge. But anyway, that's it. You have to accept the reality. The world is not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So we have to accept all who are involved in this animal world or animal world fancy. We have to accept them, as a family. And we all have to see how best we can live with this situation. Now, see, the registration system has been looted. The syndicate and its Stooges, who's been created by international organization, because it's easier for them to control one person and take money out, and shove in a lot of rubbish judges also. Of course, there are some fantastic judges in that organization, but this is the system. We are going to accept it. And then, how can you blame? They are contracted. They are asked to come to India with a mission. They come here to place dogs, which will pay for their international airfare, their accommodation here, and their shopping money when they go back. So the situation has come where the syndicate and his men admit that the only way you can organize shows is you take 4 or 5 sponsors who are going to, syndicate. Now, of course, one person cannot pay all the expenses. So the 4 or 5 person, they actually dictate what is going to happen in the show. So you're going to invite judges with a contract that you come and just place these dogs, and then, it pays for all your trip and all your holiday and everything. So they come on a tourist visa and they make lots and lots of money and go back. So these are the things that are happening in the dog shows. But we need to make amends. See, we have hundreds and hundreds of people who are knowledgeable. Now what we got to do, they are breeding dogs, they are training dogs, they are involved in the dog world in India. How they got trained, where they got trained, I do not know. Well, they know. Well, I'm sure there is a lot of knowledge available if they want to upgrade themselves as time comes. But it's time that we try to sort of screen them, and from there we got to find the best experts, the judges, and then those are the people we should involve in all the dog shows that are happening and pet shows happening around the country. So the organizations who want to do good to this sport, they must come together under one platform, and they must take into consideration all the people who are already into the game. Everyone is important to us. We can always brush them up. We can always upgrade their knowledge, and that is what we should do, and that is how we should our dog game will only get enriched the more we help others gain knowledge in the field of pets and animals. Thank you, and see you soon again in my next episode with a new topic. Thank you.